Hello sailors, you join us in lovely Pornichet where us three idiots arrived by accident. Coming up this week we have a bouncy sail, a smooth sail, and we sort of have fish and chips. Hope you enjoy.
Well, welcome to another summer day in the Atlantic. 22 knots of wind, 2.5 meters of swell, 6-second period between it. Wind's supposed to be on the beam, it's on the nose. Happy days. And today is a joyous day because it's the Admiral's birthday.
It is.
Poseidon's put a spread on for you.
Very nice.
How do you like it? It's salty.
We can do
We can do it.
this in the freaking boat.
Yeah, I know we can. It's just whether you want to. We're going?
Yes.
So hopefully today we end up in the right place. We are headed down to the Île de Noirmoutier. How French does that sound? And a place called L'Aubergerie. It's only 15 miles, so we should be making short work of it, given that we're doing 6.5 knots now. We've managed to turn off the wind a little bit, but yeah, the sea swell is definitely on point, 2 meters, and it's quick. You know, it's every few seconds. We were going to head down to land of the Sardines, Saint-Gilles-Croix-de-Vie, which would have been 46 miles. But we would have arrived there at low water neaps with about 1 meter under the keel, which is fine. However, the swell not forecast to abate today, so I kind of didn't want to be going in there with a westerly wind, which is would have been blown directly into the harbour, and a 2 meter swell with just 1 meter under the keel. So we've decided to do a smaller journey, and maybe we can get a better time in for the land of the Sardines tomorrow. Ooh.
7 knots, baby.
We're all tucked up in the corner of the cockpit, out the wind.
Well, I was quite enjoying watching all the waves and holding on to the spray hood. But little Yewy needed some attention.
She does. We've got a reef in the main, but we've got about 2/3 of the Genoa. Doing 7 knots. You're right, you know, the boat, I mean, Christ, what a mile builder, what a mile breaker, what a passage maker. So yeah, a couple of hours really, that's all it's going to take at this rate.
Is this the biggest sea state we've had before?
It's not the biggest sea state that we've had, but it is the biggest sea state with the shortest period.
Yeah.
I always think it's the period between that's the thing. If you get like a 4 meter swell with 15 seconds, 12 seconds between it, it's all right. But if you get that with 6 seconds between it, then it's a different kettle of fish. And it's got a low interval, like I was saying before. So we're up and down and up and down and up and down, and it can get a bit slammy. So I think by having the sails out and really surf, you pull through it and you surf across the top of that swell, and it makes it a hell of a lot more comfortable, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Because if you're just going along in a crap side-on swell with no sails up, oh God, it's awful, isn't it? You just feel like a bloody pendulum clock. But yeah, it was a shaky start. There was a shallow water there coming out of Pornichet, and as a result, whoa, the swell was pretty violent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't very nice, like trying to get the sails up and stuff, you know, and trying not to fall in the sea.
And it felt like there was two different swells competing, and like here it's just like, yeah, it's big, but it's evened out. And,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
more predictable now.
absolute more. Enjoying it. You don't like this kind of sea state, do you? You just don't understand. You always need a lot of comfort when there's swells like this, don't you? Very clingy. Bless you. It'll all be over soon, darling. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Faye, happy birthday to you.
Cheers. And we have scallops tartare and an assiette of 3 crevettes and oysters and some white wine. You very happy?
Oh yes. Been eating shellfish, your hands are covered in it. And I'm reliably informed by our French madame that this will sort that out. I had to ask what it is, but apparently you pour a bit of water in it. Oh look! It's becoming erect. Does it need more water? Oh no, look! Oh, ta-da! I would never have worked that out.
And I have sea bass with basil for the main course, and whatever you got over there, it looks fantastic.
I've got some lamb and some fries, mustard, a bit of ratatouille, a bit of cream sauce, I've got some white wine. I'm like, let's go.
And dessert.
Okay, so let's scandalise to normalise. Off the winch.
A bit more slack on the main?
Yeah, I was wondering why it's not going up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So head to end. bang. A bit more. There you go. Lovely. Just take off briefing line 1 there, Kate. And the same with 1, 2, sorry. There you go. Perfect.
Let's tidy up all the lines. So, sail is up. Where are we going today?
We are going to
Sardine land.
Saint-Gilles-Croix-de-Vie. Very French sounding again.
It's famous for sardines, so we're looking forward to having some grilled sardines. There should be a little place just along from the marina. I think it's €8 for sardines, wedge of lemon, some potatoes, a few little dressings.
Hang on, because we're on a collision course here and there's no one in that cockpit.
Oh,
so
dear.
you take that.
I think I just saw someone look out the window.
Always a bit disconcerting when you go close to another boat and there's no one in the cockpit, but we're clear of it now. So yeah, we're going down to Saint-Gilles-Croix-de-Vie, Noirmoutier, the place that we've just been. Lovely place, really clean facilities, friendly people, bit of a holiday town, seasidey type vibe, loads of restaurants. The restaurant that we went to for Faye's birthday, well, the second meal that we went to for Faye's birthday, because she's the queen, that was our third choice restaurant. France doesn't do very well with opening hours and publishing opening hours and stuff like that, I find. You know, Google was saying that restaurants are open on Monday and Tuesday, then you get there and they're not. They're closed on Monday and Tuesday, then you get there and they're closed on a Wednesday as well. And anyway, it's difficult. They don't really do online booking, and therefore if you haven't booked by the time it closes on a Saturday or Sunday, how do you get in for a Wednesday? No, I still haven't worked it out. So anyway, third choice restaurant, but it was bloody lovely. Homemade mayonnaise. The small things make the difference. I asked for a second pot because the fries that you get in France, French fries, the clue's in the name. Goodness gracious, they're so crispy and tasty and salty, and with homemade mayonnaise. Saint-Gilles-Croix-de-Vie. 35 miles, summer's finally arrived just as well. It's mid-July, 26 degrees it gets up to today. That's enough to make part of me start to melt. But we're getting plenty of sun cream on. Shorts will be on. My legs are visible from space at the moment, but in a couple of weeks, hopefully they'll be as tanned as my neck. I doubt it. But they certainly won't be as white as my torso. No wind really today to speak of. We might get a light bit of wind on the beam. So it's going to be a motor probably 7 hours. We'll arrive on the high tide this afternoon, which is nice because there's a strong tidal flow that can run out of Saint-Gilles up to 6 knots, although we are on Neves. Still don't like berthing in heavy tide though, so hopefully we'll get there on slack water. So a lovely summer day out at sea, albeit on the engine, but you can't have everything. The wind was supposed to be coming from the northeast. We're going southeast, so a reach was in promise. But the wind seems to have veered around to the southeast, so it's now on the nose. Not helpful, because we do have a foul tide at the moment of only 0.5 knots, but it means our speed over ground at the moment is 4.4 knots, which is not great. It's going to add an extra couple of hours onto the journey. However, we might be going too slow now, or slow enough to fish. Done a lot of fishing so far, caught plenty of seaweed, but no fish, which was unusual because we caught quite a bit of fish last year. I think we've been going too fast today though. I think that's been the problem. So now that we're doing 4.4 knots, maybe that's a chance for some delicious mackerel to catch a nipple. Let's see. So here you can see on this fishing buoy, you can see the foul tide. You can see the wake coming from behind it, so the tide's coming this way. That's our foul tide. And you can also see it on this south cardinal marker as well. So you see the wake coming this way. We are on neap, so it's not a huge foul tide, but you know, even half a knot is noticeable. Yewy's getting a haircut.
And she's not very happy about it.
She's thrilled about it. But the thing is, she needs it because it's getting very, very hot. Yesterday was 22 degrees and the poor little thing was melting, wasn't she?
She was.
So she needs a DIY cockpit haircut.
And
Yewy,
we go on the
there's
same...
a good girl. Sorry?
We go on the same basis of when I cut your hair, as long as it's not the haircut she's ever had.
Yeah, it's
She's
fine.
had some terrible haircuts from the groomers.
She has.
So as long as I'm doing better than that.
Yeah, you are. You're doing great.
She's a squirmer.
Yewy has assumed the position.
Doing very good.
You are. It's all be over in about an hour. Yewy, what do you think of your haircut? Don't you look like a dapper girl? Oh. So you're on a bit of a tolerance timer with Yewy when you cut her hair, aren't you?
Yeah, you just do as much as you possibly can until she gets sick of you.
Until she gets really sick of you.
And she starts like... then the lip starts to go...
That's like, all right then, we've got a canny haul. That's a good amount of fur. That's what, round 7?
Yeah.
There's a few more rounds in it though, isn't there?
There is.
We've got to get round that bum.
Yeah, our butt and our face and our feet, and yeah, she doesn't like our feet being touched. Beautiful day. The water is like glass. The sky is blue. Just these little fluttery white clouds around, and it's so calm and quiet. There's not that many other boats out today, which is quite unusual. And to just think, the day before yesterday, we were slamming over 2-meter swell and ripping along at 7 knots, and it was very cool, very fast. But I think what's more cool is the contrast to today and just how relaxed it feels. Rob's just listening to a podcast, fishing. Yewy's had our lunch and has gone back to sleep. I've been writing, so I've been hanging out with my imaginary friends, and we're all just very, very chill. Loving today, really loving it.
An hour to go, right on time, nothing has happened, no fish has been caught, nothing has broken, still no wind, flat sea. But I have to say, even though we've been on engine, it's been a pleasant passage, because it's been like being in Greece, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been so warm, which I was reminiscing back to the North Sea when I had like 7 different layers on in May. And bloody hell, it was freezing. So this has been a welcome change, even if it is on engine. I'm hot and I'm not covered in fur. You've had a cup of water over your head, which you loved, didn't you? Let's get you out and about. I'm going to throw you in the sea. What do you think about that? It is always cooler out at sea, and we've moored up in Saint-Gilles-Croix-de-Vie, and it is baking hot. Wow. So we're cooling down with some delicious muscadet. It really does have a scientifically proven effect to lower the old body temperature. And we are going for sardines later at the little sardine shack, but I can't wait until 7 o'clock to eat, and that's what time it opens. So I'm having some baguette, butter, and our favourite type of rillette. Tried loads of different types, and my favourite type is the humble rotisserie chicken. It is divine. Rotisserie chicken, and then must be, I don't know, cooked in its own fat or whatever, but it's bloody lovely. Chicken in general in France is really, really nice. It is 5 degrees hotter in Spain, so I need to psych myself up mentally for that, but there could be significantly less clothing on this channel from now on. That's not a good thing where I'm concerned, because I've all the weight I lost in the winter I've put back on now in France, and I'm proud of it because I've enjoyed every moment of it. But I can't complain about the weather, because all I've done is complain about the weather. It's finally warmed up. Joie de vie.
And we have ice.
While Rob buys us dinner, I'll show you this cool sailor's shelter which inspired me to get my paints out. This feels familiar. If it wasn't for 26 degrees of sunshine, I would say this feels very much like North Shields.
So, if you've never heard of Saint-Gilles-Croix-de-Vie, they are mad about sardines. In 1991, they formed the Brotherhood of the Sardines. They have a Grandmaster Sardine, and they're all about promoting the quality of goods from the sea, and basically improving the image and stuff of Saint-Gilles-Croix-de-Vie. And when you come to a place like this and they're mad about sardines, you've got to eat sardines. So we specifically came here for what we have in front of us at the moment, a little shack just by the railway station, and all they serve are sardines, potatoes. That's it. Assiette de sardine. You can buy some sardine rillette. I've mentioned about rillette. That's not a bad way to spend the 10 minutes it'll take them to cook your sardines and potatoes. You may mock, but I know that when you come to somewhere where they only serve one thing, it tends to be pretty good, doesn't it? So, it's a form of fish and chips.
Oh, and a little bird's just appeared on the boat. I think he wants some sardines.
Well, he can bugger off because I'm starving.
Looks good.
How is it?
That's good sardines.
It is a lovely sardine, isn't it?
And look who's arrived.
Yewy, you don't like sardines. You love sardines.
I know you're all here for Yewy, but let me interrupt to say thanks for joining us again, sailors. You know the drill. Like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, fair winds.